Hey. It just had to do that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
slam that dude down.
Calling to order the meeting of the Community Engagement Commission on, what is this, December 17th, 2025. And I have to say, it feels kind of exhilarating. We've got four of our members in the room. I believe we have three online. The field is feeling crowded for the first time since I've been a part of the group. This is awesome. So welcome to the meeting. We'll start with a roll call. Robin Beckdahl. I think Robin is present online, I believe.
Seeing her, there's someone logged in as owner. I can't verify any of their information.
Okay, she texted me and said she's online.
That might be her.
Okay, Robin, we can't hear you.
Ask her if she can hear you.
Can you hear me? She can't hear her. Okay, we're just checking.
Ask individual to unmute, but nothing's happening.
Okay, you might check, those of you who are online, to make sure that you aren't muted.
All right, now can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can. Great.
Okay, here.
Robin. Bill Norman, present. Position 3, newly appointed, Brittany Sitton.
Yes, present.
Awesome. Summer Darrow is absent tonight. Position 5 is vacant. Arlene Fisher-Moore.
She's online.
Okay, we've got you online, Arlene. All right.
Don't be scared. Says she's unmuted, but not coming through.
Okay, can't hear you, Arlene, but we know you're there. Leah Stussy.
Present.
Logan Langford.
Present.
Good. Mark Saba.
Here.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
And we also have Ralph Kalberg.
Here.
Here.
I'm here.
All right. I entertain a motion that we excuse Summer Darrow for her last official meeting.
I second.
Thank you.
Where did you move?
I didn't, but I move, and she's all in favor. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. The agenda for tonight, I hope you have all looked at it. Does anyone have any changes or concerns about the agenda?
I make a motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Thank you, Mark. Is there a
You're
second?
welcome.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oh, any opposed? Okay, the motion passes. We also have the meetings from the agenda from our last meeting, November 19th. Does anyone see any changes that need to be made or edits to the agenda from November 19th?
Minutes.
I move to
The
approve
minutes?
from November 19th, 2025.
I'm sorry, Robin, did you have a question?
The minutes, you mean, or the agenda?
The minutes.
The minutes, excuse me.
Okay,
Yeah, there's some training time involved here.
getting there.
Thank you. So Leah, please.
I move to approve the minutes from the November 19th, 2025 meeting.
Thank you. Is there a
I
second?
second.
Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. Motion passes. Now, as indicated when we were doing the roll call, we have two newly appointed members of the Community Engagement Commission. Vetted, approved by the City Council, official, bona fide. We're so glad to have you here. Brittany Sitton, am I saying correctly? Would you just take a minute to introduce yourselves to the rest of the group and tell us a little about you and
Yeah.
why you're excited to be a part of the group.
Sure. Well, I'm Brittany and I have lived here in Liberty Lake for the last 13 years. I absolutely love this community. I've raised my family here. My oldest is 20 and they all started in, well, I guess we moved when he was in 3rd grade, but we've seen the changes from the kindergarten center and all the schoolings and expansion and just really looking forward to being part of this commission and being able to connect, the city with the residents and make it a better place.
Wonderful. Where do you live? What area?
I'm over in Stonehill.
Over in Stonehill.
Mhm.
Wonderful. And what is your business?
I am in real estate.
In real estate.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we are so glad to have you, Brittany.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
And Ralph,
Hi, I'm glad to be here too. I've only lived in Liberty Lake since May
oh,
and, but I am impressed with the community. And I always kind of like to be involved if I can be, because then I find out what's going on and so forth. So, I had my business career. I worked for a long time as a financial executive in corporations. I've been retired for 25 years, I guess now, something like that. And so I've been an HOA president. I helped start a nonprofit in Winthrop. I was on the museum board there for a while, and I worked with a fire station for a while to get a new fire station. So I've had a lot of experience with kind of getting things together, and so I hope I can, make some little difference here.
wonderful. We're glad you're here in Liberty Lake and glad that you're willing to serve with us. So welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, do we have any public comments in line?
No, attendees online.
Okay, thank you. David, the next item is our city hall updates. You want to sort of walk us through those? You all should have these in your packet, and we receive electronic copies of them always ahead of time so that you know. Do we have your city email set up yet?
Not a city one.
And we will talk about that after the meeting. And I would also like to have Ralph and Brittany let me know which phone number and email you would like to have us share with the group if you so wish to share, so we can have a group connection going on with that.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that after the meeting.
Okay.
You don't need to do it publicly because this is a public meeting.
Right.
You may not want to share your phone number to the public.
I think mine's pretty public, but yeah. no.
That's true.
Okay, good. So you two should connect with David.
Yes.
Will do.
After the meeting. Okay, David, please.
Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I do have a couple of updates on this. There's always updates like 2 days after I send these things out. The Home for the Holidays, because of, and we put Mikhail Stevens put out a notice on this on Facebook yesterday. Because of the high winds that were happening last week, and for a couple of days, we had to take down the Battle of the Branches Christmas tree displays that were at Orchard Park. The decorations had taken a hit. Some of them were kind of leaning. They had to reinforce them just so they could stay straight up. We ended up having to collect several of the decorations that had fallen off the trees that were not well secured for that wind we had. Then, of course, more wind last night. So the decision was made to end the Battle of the Branches for 2025. They took them down yesterday, and those involved with this program are looking to see what we can learn from this year to see what we will do with that type of activity for next year. First time you're doing this, it's a learning experience. People seem to enjoy those who got to see it and those who got to do it. And I believe sometime next week, we will be announcing who the winner was of those decorated trees. 3 at Trailhead, and then there were, I think, about 8 or 9 over at Orchard Park. So unfortunately, that one had to cancel sooner than we had anticipated because of the weather. Let's see, what else on here? I guess this is sort of tangentially community engagement related. And I didn't want to put it on here because it was just such a goofy item to put on here. Last month I talked about a Facebook post I put up for the former mayor who had suddenly passed away, and how that Facebook post had, at that time, had about 128,000 views on it, which is way high for us. I think right now it's settled at around 135,000 views. Individual viewers on that one is about half that number. About a week ago, one of our Trailhead Golf Grounds crew staff members took some video footage of this moose that was on the Trailhead Golf Grounds. He sent me like 4 short clips, about 6 seconds each, and it was just kind of a slice of life, humorous thing to share with the public. So I picked one of them and came up with some humorous remarks to accompany it. And this is just stunning to me, what people will be entertained by and share out. And we've had tons of shares on this thing. The last I checked the numbers on this thing, I believe this morning, I'm not kidding here, 450,000 views. Now, normally I'm happy if we get at least 1,000.
Yeah.
This 6-second video of the moose with my accompanying humorous remarks about it is just getting shared out a lot. There's like around 3,000 people who've hit like the like or love or laugh button on that one. We've got, golly, like 70 or 80 comments on it. This is also a learning experience to see what the public likes. And I think that clearly this one has also hit some kind of a Facebook algorithm where if things are getting passed around quickly and getting a lot of thumbs up and a lot of laughing icons on it, it's getting shared with other people outside of this area, clearly. But it's getting Trailhead Golf Course out there, the public getting their name out to probably people in other states who may have never heard of this community. We do have another moose video ready to go. I'm just waiting for this one to calm down a little bit. You don't put out The Empire Strikes Back while Star Wars is still doing great business at the box office, so.
No.
Awesome. We had them just walking down the street in front of our house.
Them, was there more than one?
I don't know if it was the same meese, but it was.
Yeah, that one was in our neighborhood as well,
Yeah.
because I'm down that way and it kind of walked towards town.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
that we live in a.
My son keeps seeing it, but I haven't managed to see it, so.
Anything more here that you want to go over, David?
I hope I don't have to give you more numbers on the moose in January, but that's about it.
I will suggest that sometimes this, if something has sort of whizzed past us, this update that we get each month is a reminder of some of the opportunities we have to go online and participate in surveys or see the results of surveys, and a reminder that spending a little bit of time on the city's website and on the city's Facebook page each week is time well spent for us, just in terms of
Yeah.
being informed. All right. Moving on then to our number 7, our discussions and business. I don't know if Mark McAvoy is available tonight up for that update.
I can fill in if necessary. Is Mark McAvoy on? Okay. I'll of course keep this brief then again. This will be the 3rd annual year we've been doing the community satisfaction survey as a follow-up to the I'm trying to think of the exact name of the document. As a follow-up to, somebody help me here. What's the name of the document?
Comprehensive plan?
Strategic plan.
Okay.
As a follow-up to that, these are questions based on finding or plans for that strategic plan to make sure the city is hitting the goals we want to make during the 5-year period of this. Through this group's help and the people who have been on this group in the past who no longer are, we've been modifying it every year. And this year, we're going to be kicking this one off in middle part of January. And based on trying to get a stronger response rate, we had more than we did last year, but we also expanded the number of participants who were invited to participate. So what the plan is for this one is for 2026, everybody with every resident, every household resident in the city limits will be receiving a postcard in the mail sometime around middle of January, letting them know that the community satisfaction survey is up. We want them to have somebody in the household respond to it. It's not, again, it's not gonna be limited to a certain stratification of trying to get a representative sample as we did in like, I think, year one. We're sending this out to every household. And there will be a website up like we did before the last couple of years. It will be an online survey. For those who may have difficulty with performing an online survey, we will have instructions there to, you can go to the library and the library staff can help you out with that. The questions will be essentially the same as last year, very small, minor, maybe modifications on a couple of the questions and maybe on the format. And your role as the Community Engagement Commission on this is to help engage the community in filling these things out. We're planning to have the survey out open probably around until end of February at this point. So talk it up amongst the people you interact with, coworkers, church associates, neighborhood people. We want to get everybody who gets one of these things to fill it out so we can see how the city is doing in reaching those goals of that strategic plan, and see what maybe the city needs to do to modify what's happening so we can meet some of those needs better.
Will there be a hard copy offered to those who are not tech savvy?
The plan is that there will be no hard copy, but we are instructing people to call City Hall if they have difficulty with it, or go to the library and the library staff will be able to help them.
I had a question too. I wonder if you could have some kind of incentive, like a raffle, something or other, to get people to, am I not on?
I do just need to speak.
Oh, I need to speak. All right, there I sound the echo. I can hear.
First Snyder mistake.
Yeah. So have you thought about that or?
Yeah, I've had Mark McAvoy been in here, that would have come up. That has been brought up. I think we are pursuing that.
Yeah,
We have not done that in the last two surveys. There hasn't been no incentive, but Mark and I were having a meeting. We were discussing this last Friday. I don't want to publicly say what it is yet because I'm not sure if this is set in stone yet.
sure.
But he brought up the idea of doing some kind of an incentive.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're kind of stuck a little bit about using public resources for giveaways to the public. But I immediately came up with a suggestion that I thought we could use, and he liked it. So I need to make sure he's officially confirming this before I publicly say what we may be doing.
Well, I think it's a good hook to
I think,
have somebody, you can get something besides just filling out a form.
and I think it's interesting you use the word hook. I think the incentive, if we can get this set in stone,
Yeah.
I think it's something that people love taking a swing at.
Right. Well, my wife went down and bought tickets for the Christmas trees down at downtown. And so I was thinking, well, and it's $1 a tree and there's 600,000 people. Tickets sold, but it's a chance.
Yeah. And there's no cost involved with this.
Yeah, right.
Maybe the next Moose video ought to have some conversation about participating in that.
Ooh. See, that's why we have you here.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is good.
Okay,
And there will be a splash article on this with the issue that comes out first part of January.
okay. So so our next meeting is going to be in January. If we take up a conversation in this group about how to stimulate participation, I don't want us to be too late to the game.
You won't, I think, what's the next meeting date? The next meeting day will happen just around the time, maybe a couple days after these things start hitting the mails, at least the cards.
Okay,
So we're gonna have 6 weeks-ish to try to drum up interest among people saying, fill out these cards, go online.
all right. So again, maybe my suggestion would be all of us who are present tonight will know that that's going to be on the agenda when we come in January. And we could use the time between now and then to be doing our own thinking, and with the expectation that we will come to that meeting with some prior thought about what we could do, so that we won't just be starting from standing still.
And I liked Ralph's idea right from the starting gate.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Anything more on that, David?
That is it for now. Hopefully more things to say in January.
All right. The next item is just updates from the December 5th sidewalk master plan meeting. And that was the kickoff meeting. And the plan, they would like to do 2 to 3 focus group meetings in January and early February. So that will be upcoming, and that will be people other than the working committee. And then community engagement in February and March. That very much has to do with us. What will community engagement look like? We're going to get some guidance and some framework from the consultancy that is working with our planning and zoning people. And I forget their name. I was
Is that
looking at-
SCJ.
Yeah. So we are gonna get some input from them, but they're looking to us very specifically to help develop those ideas and implement them. So that's February and March. The final focus group would be late March, and they want to report early in the spring. So that is what that is looking like. I wanted to see here. My screen's locked up. I wanted to clarify, I attended that meeting and gladly representing the Community Engagement Commission, but I believe in October, didn't we make a decision? I remember perhaps you, Leah, and Mark, were you going to be a working group?
So Mark is gonna do the sidewalk stuff, him and Logan.
Okay.
And then I was
okay.
gonna help with the comp plan working group that Lisa Key needed help for,
Okay.
but I haven't gotten any communication on that.
Could you just make sure that gets into these minutes as a reference point? And for Logan and Mark, we can have as many of us present at the meetings that they call as we would like. I don't want to get in your way, but I am available if you're not able to be there to attend the meetings that Lisa will have.
Do we know when the next meeting is?
I don't know at this.
Okay, I'll check with Lisa and then Logan and I will work it out.
Okay, I just want us to make sure that some one of us is there every time.
Yeah, we will.
Okay,
Agreed.
okay, perfect.
Bill, what specifically did you want in the minutes?
That Mark and Logan are going to have been designated as our working group for this project.
Mhm.
And I think we might as well indicate that Leah has stepped up for
It's the comp plan, just the overall comp plan working group, because there's gonna be like a couple of like focus group sessions or whatever in the new year.
Okay. One of the things they did at this last meeting was to articulate just a large array of variables, from severity of the condition to the density of repairs that are needed, to nearness to schools or neighborhoods where there are children or seniors. There were a lot. And they were arrayed in such a way that we were asked to vote, the result being then a revelation of what we thought should be the priorities as we ask ourselves questions about where to start. And when we haven't seen the results of that yet, but it's that kind of thing that I think needs input from us. So it was a good meeting.
Can I ask just for a little bit background on the sidewalk thing, because I don't know what's going on.
Sure. We have currently in Liberty Lake,
Yeah,
responsibility for sidewalk repair rests solely on the shoulders of the property owner.
Mm-hmm. The homeowner, yeah.
Yeah. And so one of the things we are addressing is that tenable? And if so, how do we then make sure that repairs that need to be made get made? And then also we want to address, or at least ask ourselves, if there are other approaches. Perhaps the city takes the responsibility entirely, which some Washington cities do, or is there an opportunity for a partnership between the homeowner or the property owner and the city? And what would that partnership look like? And then we have
Okay.
observed what other communities have done there.
Mhm. Okay.
So that's part of it. Then is mapping out what needs our attention and how
Gotcha.
quickly.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
And just prior to all this rolling out, the city has rolled out something called See-Click Fix on the
Yes.
website,
Mhm.
where citizens can go and they can mark problems on a map and provide a description, like whether that's trash can needs to be emptied, there's a
Oh,
tripping hazard sidewalk, there's, pothole or something. Citizens can go note that on the website and provide a location for the city to,
and that
To be aware
would
of.
include sidewalk, like
yeah,
a ruptured sidewalk.
anything that you want to note that needs attention or needs to
Okay.
notify the city.
We launched that particular feature, I think September. It replaced a previous feature that just wasn't as complete as this one is.
Is that the tell us about or talk?
Text My Gov was.
Oh, text
that
my go,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are not familiar with it and may not be familiar with this name, See-Click Fix, the way you find it off of our homepage is there's a button there saying make a request.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the system is See-Click Fix, but we want people to know about the make a request button.
Yeah, and it's super easy to use. They had us test it all out and, put in fake, like overflowing trash can or whatever.
Was this during your meeting?
That we did that? No, you sent it out to us
Oh,
and
okay,
told us to
okay,
test
back
it so
then,
that they had some
yeah.
information to make sure the system was working. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Thank you.
people don't sign in to it, or do they sign in?
They have the option to if they want to.
Oh, have the option to, so, okay, so you could have somebody potentially from Post Falls put something on the.
I mean, if they went through the effort and if there was something that
I
I
needs
see.
to,
think they could,
Yeah,
but,
okay.
but it has to be something within city limits, otherwise it doesn't appear.
Yeah, right, okay. Fine, I got you, okay.
Okay, we good?
Yep.
Thank you, Leah.
you're welcome.
The next item is filling position 4, which is geographically limited under the current ordinance to east of Liberty Lake Road and south of Mission. That is the position that it currently is occupied by Summer Darrow.
I
and-
live there.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I'll take it. I'll take the position and put number 9 open again.
Right, but aren't you gonna be past your term limit because of the way the terms work?
Well, my term's up at the end of 26,
And I.
but I can
want to go
represent,
till 27.
I can represent it until 26.
Would you be willing to extend your term through 2027 if that was the way?
Why would I do that? Why would I need to do that?
Well, I don't know that you would need to do it.
The ordinance says the even numbered positions fall under that time frame.
Right.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. Never mind. I'll stay where I'm at.
well, maybe we can cut a deal, Mark.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
Well, Bill, I gave you some options. You want to read through those or I can rattle them off too if you want me to.
Yeah, do it, because I don't
Okay.
remember.
Um,
Was it in the email?
Yeah, here are the options, and there's a little bit of a quirk in that because summer is in an even numbered position, and when the commission got started in spring of 2022, if I'm remembering right, Mark, I think, and Robin.
Yeah.
In order to have a staggered term so that everybody wasn't being reelected at the same time every year, every 3 years, the ordinance designated those who were in, I think it's even numbered, odd numbered positions were 2 years for their first term. And the even numbered people were 3 years for their first term, and then it's 3 years for a term after that.
Thereafter.
Yeah, so this really only applies to, among those who are still with the group, Robin, Summer, and Mark. So, and I've passed you all out the copies of the ordinance, is it 287?
Mhm.
277. Originally, the ordinance said that 8 of the 9 original available positions had to be geographically specific. 2 in one zone of the city, 2 in another, 2 in a third, 2 in a fourth, with 1 at large. That got to be a little bit for Brittany and Ralph. That got to be a little bit problematic in trying to recruit people, because if you
Yeah.
had 2 people filled in one zone and somebody else wanted to apply, but they can't get on because we've already filled the 1 at large position. So I think about a year and a half ago, something like that, commission recommended and council approved to have just 1 position in each of the 4 zones be geographically specific. In this situation right now, Summer Darrow has had, is it position, yeah, position 4, which is the southeast zone. Mark, am I correct?
Mhm.
So southeast zone of the city?
Southeast, yeah.
Yeah, known as the ghetto.
Yeah. Well, so with her gone, Mark is available, but he's in an odd number position. So that's one option, would be to have somebody who is already on the commission, which right now that's only Mark, who already lives in that zone, to be recommended to move his position number from number 9 to number 4. And if the city council were to approve that, that would also mean that person is now in an even number position, which has the term limit ending in 2027 instead of 2026, December of that year. Another option could be start pursuing recommendation, and this has been brought up with the commission before, maybe eliminate all geographic specific positions, so that position 4, as well as 1, 2, and 3, would not be confined to being somebody who lives in a specific zone of the city. You potentially lose zonal representation of the city and the Community Engagement Commission, but the other benefit is maybe the idea is everybody is in for it together to help the city out, no matter where you live. And if you can fill out all positions that way, that's a positive. Other option is,
David,
yes.
David, before you get into, aren't we the only commission that does have geographical areas? I believe we are.
I
Because
don't know that specifically, but my memory is, I think that's
I
right.
think we are. I think we are the only commission that has that. And even city council doesn't have it. So, you know, if we want to eliminate it, I think we ought to talk about redoing our bylaws.
Mhm. And the
Something
other
to
option,
talk about.
yeah. And the third option is we, as of January, we have 2 vacancies again, gosh darn it, which means, we could try to recruit somebody to fill out position 4 who lives in that same area that Mark does. But the other angle on this is I'll kind of show my hand here a little bit. We had 8 people apply for interview for city council here a little bit more than a week ago. 4 of those people are eligible to be considered for the Community Engagement Commission. I have started making some phone calls. None of those 4 people live in that zone of the city, so. That goes back to, well, if you want to fill it out to the maximum number of 9 members, it has to be a minimum of 5. But if you wanted to immediately fill it out, or rather quickly fill it out to the maximum of 9, that gets to be a problem with position 4, because it has to be somebody from that southeast corner of the city. So up to you to discuss now.
Does the city do a regular newsletter to residents, or how does that work?
The closest we have to that is the city pays for a page in the Splash newsletter,
Oh,
or newspaper, whichever everybody gets every month. We
Yeah.
are on like page 7, I think.
Okay.
What is your idea on that, though?
Well, I'm just wondering, I mean, because I was wondering about the click to fix it. I mean, how many people know about that? I mean, how, it's hard, very hard to get people informed, because people just throw stuff away and so
I
forth.
mean,
And-
that's what we
Well,
do.
Yeah,
And so I was just wondering if there was some kind of effort to have a newsletter that went out that would be specifically from the city, and I don't know. I don't know how
I
possible.
think if I may.
Yeah,
Bring our discussion back to the point of how we want to
Fill the
market
positions,
and,
yeah.
fill out, participation in the
Yeah,
commission.
good idea.
I don't want to forget what you've
Mhm,
brought up,
fine.
Ralph. And I think that we can help you also be aware of some of the things that are going on, but that's a question that we ask
Mhm,
ourselves
mhm.
often.
Mhm.
So back here, the one option was to sweet talk Mark into moving into position 3, was it?
4.
4, which would extend his term for a year.
If it was 3, it would totally work.
Does that fall within the bylaws on the term limits?
Yes, it does. The
Well,
ordinance.
That's,
does.
that's another issue to maybe think about.
So,
If-
so, and candidly, when we asked for the change last time, there is now ordinance 277A, which shows the changes. We don't have a copy of that here.
Yeah.
but it-
I do have that.
It is on the website. Oh,
I
is
did
it
pass
here?
that. It's a
Oh,
two-sided
it's
single
right here.
sheet.
Here it is, here it is. here
Yeah.
it is. The one with the
Okay.
red, got it.
Oh, okay.
That, the city council seemed to be more than willing to take our suggestion there. It was not an arduous process at all.
What if we just switched it to, if we wanted to still have representation across the city and, you know, have some sort of geographical boundary, what if we had, you know, 1 or 2 positions north and south of I-90?
I think that.
Change the zones.
I think that makes sense.
Or do you feel like that's just kicking the can down the road and we should get rid of all the geographical limitations? Because we talked about that as soon as when I first joined,
Yeah,
and then we kind of didn't get anywhere with it and.
I feel like, so my personal feeling is we're kicking it down the road a little bit and not getting to a solution. And 2 things come to mind. I don't want to make it hard for someone who wants to serve.
Absolutely.
To serve. 2, we're invested in this, and we can work to get a diversity of geographical representation without binding ourselves to a map that is making it harder for people who want to serve. The fact that we have 4 people who are eligible and available, none of whom lives in the district that we're trying to populate with a
Correct.
representative.
And
That's-
I made Brittany aware of the opening, and I didn't really know her or know what part of town she lived in, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody online want to step into the fray? Yeah.
I think it's been an
Common.
issue since I've started. I know that when I was interviewed by the mayor and whatnot, the conversation came up of what region that I lived in, and ultimately, we were kind of struggling to fill positions, and kind of like what Lee was saying, like we're not going to turn somebody away just because you live in the wrong part of town or the right part of town. I agree, we need to fill the positions as much as possible, and kind of like what you were saying, it's our responsibility to make sure that we have diversity throughout the city. So I agree. I don't think there should be a region or a geographic location requirement for each position. Just my 2 cents.
Thank you, Logan.
I agree with Logan. I think we ought to just take it and line up as the other commissions are and city council. And just do away with it, and just whoever is interested to join our group, let's take them on. Because we'd never, to this day, and I've been in since the beginning, we've never had a full commission.
Today we do, that's the only day.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, for 2 weeks we do, you're right.
And I think Mark has actually made a really good point about us sort of being unique in requiring that among all of the
Mhm.
commissions that serve the city. So are we at a position where someone would be willing to frame a motion for,
Do you
or
want-
are we ahead of ourselves?
Do you want to hear from Robin?
Yeah, Robin?
I thought I heard her start to talk.
Well, okay. We have two issues here and that I've listened to right now. It's that, do we do with geographical and do we remove those? But then there was the term limits. Are we gonna keep the term limits?
Well, that's a good question too. Term limits are different from the term cycles. So we didn't want to have everybody on the commission being appointed at the same interval.
Yeah.
So it was set up so that every
It's every 3 years now for everybody.
every 3 years, half of the group
Yeah.
would be either re-upped for a second term or would step away for a time. So there are the term limits. And is that what you're talking about?
I think we're
She's
limited
talking
to
about
two
everybody's
terms,
limited to
Yeah.
2 terms right now.
which I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in there. I think that's a big problem in government in general. People spending a really, really long time in a position and monopolizing it rather than letting new voices and new representation take turn and allowing for more citizens to be involved. I would personally not support removing the term limit.
So can we separate the two questions?
Yeah.
Does that offend anyone if we say, right now, what we're talking about is whether there should be geographic limits on any of the positions? And only that. Term limits is a separate question that we can.
Oh.
I think we have to address both if you're gonna change the bylaws. I think it's best to address both so you're not changing the bylaws, changing it for that and then going back to the city council and changing it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we need to touch the term limits.
Yeah,
Can I make a comment on the term limits also?
Go
Yeah,
for it,
Mark.
Mark.
Just like the geographic, we're the only commission that has term limits.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
No
We're-
other commission or the city council does not have term limits.
I think they should.
I think, well, I'll say, I have a different view because the thing about not having term limits, then you get more expertise. And so.
They can go to different commissions. You can
Well-
still serve in the thing. You just don't have to do the same job forever.
Well, that's a point.
I mean,
I-
you have senators that have been in there for like 30 years.
Well, I hear that. I hear that. And some of them are way too old. Way
But-
too old.
Different discussion, but I'm
that's
a
a-
big supporter of term limits. You can try different
Yeah,
things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm probably on the other side of that. I like the fact that you have experienced people trying to do tough jobs.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, that's Summer and Arlene are moving to city council.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great place to, get involved in the community and you can
Yeah.
find out about other commissions and stuff.
Sure.
I don't know that we need to have people in here for longer than 6 years.
it's a long
All right,
time.
well, how about if we deal with the geographical thing?
Well, I'm willing to do that. I'm not sure there's agreement that we,
If we're it sounds like Robin wants to update the bylaws or discuss both if we're gonna do an update to the bylaws. So I think we need to hear her out on that.
No, I just think it's gonna be more efficient to do that. I think. I think, yeah, I think we have to look at both. It's fine if you want to leave with the term limits. I don't have a problem with that. I think, but nobody else does in our other commissions. And it's city council,
How
and
about,
I'm not. Mhm.
how about if we deal with the positions? We have two different motions. So we have a motion.
we don't have any motion on the table yet.
I know, well, I'll put one on.
Okay,
So I'd like to move that we do away with the geographical positions for commissioner, is it, we're commission? We're a commission?
For the Community Engagement Commission.
For the Community Engagement Commission.
all right. So there is a motion on the table that we solicit from the city council a change to the ordinance that will eliminate entirely any geographic constraint for positions on the Community Engagement Commission, that all members would be serving at large without exception. Have I stated that correctly, Ralph?
Fine,
Is
yeah.
there a second to that motion?
I'll
I
second it.
that.
Okay, I
Pick
think
one,
that was
Bill.
Logan.
They can just put Logan/Mark.
Yeah,
We're
there you
at
go.
the same time.
Okay,
We're tag team.
all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so I think Robin is the only opposition, is that?
Oh,
No,
Brittany.
Oh,
Brittany.
Brittany, I'm
Brittany.
sorry.
Robin, what was your vote?
No, I'm fine if you don't want to do geographical. I mean, we've talked about this before. And the only thing, if we don't have geographical, then you might just get a commission that's just from one area, and that's not good. And for diversity, that's all.
So on your vote, were you a yes or a no?
I'm fine, yes, we can,
Then I think that's on the mayor and the city council to ensure that it's a well-represented commission across the
And on
city.
us.
And on us, in our recruitment efforts.
Okay,
Okay, what was the
city is
count
not
though?
that big.
so I think maybe
Yeah, but,
Brittany was the only nay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 3 online, correct?
Yeah, I didn't hear
Okay.
Arlene.
Okay.
So the motion passes. I'll work with David to suggest language, or do we just need to ask for the change?
I think I've got the language down.
You got it.
I'll rewatch the recording if necessary. But we will forward that to city administrator and let those folks involved know that this is a recommendation from the
All right.
commission.
Now, what we have not done is tabled the question of term limits. I would like to set that aside for a later date. Have a separate discussion on that perhaps in January. Is that okay with everybody?
I
Okay,
mean,
that's fine.
Okay,
that's
I-
fine.
do we want to discuss it since we're asking for an update now rather than doing it twice?
I don't think that, am I wrong in saying that this isn't a big deal to change the ordinance? I mean.
Will it
Just change-
annoy the
just-
city council?
We
I
don't
mean,
need 2/3 vote of the community.
Are you saying just to change an ordinance?
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't know that we're doing anybody any favor or that we're abusing anyone by either choice. If we go now and address the geography, let that run its course. And if we come to them again in a month or two and say, and we'd like to remove term limits.
Ordinances do get amended. In fact, I just updated our list of city ordinances
Yeah,
on the website yesterday. When that happens, in fact, you have examples of this in front of you right now. You will have an ordinance, number 277 is the original. There is a number 277A, which was the 2-page update regarding moving from 8 geographics to 4. If, assuming this one that you just voted on would be passed, that would be a ordinance 277B, or yeah, B. And then if you want to look at term limits, not included with the one you just voted on, that would be a 4th version of 277, be 277C.
yeah.
Mhm.
So here's my thought. We're at about 10 minutes to the hour. We've got some other things to do. My attitude will go down fast.
okay, that's fine to table it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Good.
Okay, so we can put that on our agenda for next meeting.
Yeah, but yeah, let's make sure we got it on next meeting's agenda though.
Meeting.
Okay, done.
Oh, hey.
Okay, and we can tell, as we communicate to the city council, we can make them aware that we're discussing the
Mhm.
term limits. But I think it merits discussion. I appreciate the opposing points of view that we have heard this evening.
Just let me ask it, just to prepare the contingency here. If this were to get on a city council's agenda as soon as first or second meeting of January, and if, I don't know if this happens, but if they wanted to have somebody from the commission speak to it, Bill, I know you have commitments on Tuesday nights. Are there other members who were in the prevailing vote on this who would be available to share the commission's viewpoint on making this change during a city council meeting?
You know I am.
Yeah, I probably could as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I could.
I could support Mark and Leah as needed.
We'll have all three of you show up there at the podium.
Good.
Sure.
The next item of business, and part of the reason I'd like to move on is the election for a vice chair of the commission for 2026. So the chair entertains nominations for vice chair of the Community Engagement Commission for a term beginning January 2026.
I nominate Leah.
Do we need a second for nomination?
Nominations don't need a second.
Okay.
They do in city council, but not by
Okay.
Robert's Rules of Order.
I second that.
Are there any other nominations? Leah, are you willing to serve?
I
don't think anyone.
I've only missed one meeting. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
yeah.
Are there any other nominations?
I think Leah's our gal. Thank
I
you,
think
Leah.
it is our gal. Can I declare her by
You should have a vote.
acclamation?
You should have a, it's a
Should have a
good
vote.
support to.
All in favor of Leah as the vice chair of the Community Engagement Commission, please say aye.
I
I,
Any opposed?
I think I heard all three online.
Okay, good.
Leah, did you vote?
Nay, no, just kidding.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being chair.
You're welcome. We had hoped, the next item on our agenda is, has to do with Summer and Arlene. I'm glad that Arlene, I believe Arlene is online. We haven't heard from her. Well,
Is her name still on there?
Yep.
Evan, okay.
okay, good. Summer, of course, is unable to be with us. And there is something, I would say, a sense of pride or maybe pity that they have chosen to move on to the city council. And it is the stuff of legends that people can serve selflessly and creatively and effectively and bring great benefit while they're serving. And then as they move on to something else or finish their term, you know, anything seems inadequate. So on behalf of all of us, I want to thank Arlene and Summer for the insight and the enthusiasm they have brought for this work and the stimulation that they've provided for us from time to time, to let them know how they will be missed here and how much we will appreciate the good that we are sure they will do as members of our city council. So I don't know what sort of emotion interchange, just a bravo and a thank you to those ladies for this work and for their comradeship.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So
I want to thank Summer and Arlene. Summer is her and Cynthia. She and Cynthia were the ones that recruited me at a town hall meeting. I had never heard of the Community Engagement Commission before, and they came up and were very welcoming to me. Arlene, I know her more through Rotary, where she served as our president last year, and just a wonderful giving person. And I'm just very proud to know them both and to have served beside them.
thank you, Leah. I don't know that there's anything more that Robert's rules would, anything from people who are online. Okay. Well, Thank you.
And
And,
can I add my thanks as well to
Yeah.
both Early and Summer? Summer was one of the charter members of this group, and I specifically remember one of the very first times I interacted with her was when all that group, we were taking 2 trips over to the original version of the Trailhead Golf Clubhouse to see what we were looking at with wanting to demolish most of that existing structure and what the commission could do to help with the community engagement on getting their input on what this new building should look like with very short amount of turnaround time on this. And the commission had only been around for like 2 months. And we were looking at having a meeting in June with the public here in this room. So Summer was one of those first people who were trying to learn what to do with this commission and then how to engage the public on this major project to begin with. And then more recently, I was impressed with Arlene, former city administrator, not here, but other places around the state, taking her expertise into wanting to be a part of this, and then both of them wanting to make a bigger impact. I think, like, I'll echo Bill, I look forward to seeing good stuff happening from them around this same table, but on Tuesday nights instead of one Wednesday a month. I don't know quite yet what my plans will be for who will be doing the trivia question for the podcast. But I think all parties have agreed we want to not have a city council member be doing that. So we will find out in January, myself included, who ends up doing those trivia questions. And I've enjoyed having Summer do that as well.
thank you, David. I do think we can expect that the profile of this commission will be raised on the city council because of Summer and Arlene being there. And we might want to sort of gird up our loins in anticipation of, working more actively and proactively with the city council, which I think we will all welcome. All right. The next item is just the opportunity to see if we've missed something that we should be discussing this week. Okay.
I'll just add one. I want to make sure everybody got through first, but I meant to say this during the City Hall updates, following up on something Robin brought up during the last meeting. She was talking about surveys being done by consultants versus why are we not using Zen City? And I meant to talk about this in reference to the thing on the City Hall update on the current park survey that's still out through the next couple of weeks. That survey is only 2 questions long, not counting the one demographic question in front of it. And when Robin said that, I was kind of thinking in my head, I think she may have a point here. So I did some investigating. I informed Robin on the results on this. I will just let the rest of the commission know that Robin's question has also been raised here among city staff. So I'm not going to speak for any other departments, but I think we will be seeing more use of Zen City when those types of surveys make sense for us to use, because as Robin pointed out here last month, we're paying for it. We're paying for these surveys. We might as well be using it. And when the format of the Zen City survey makes sense, I think we're going to be seeing that being used. In my opinion, again, there's some little bit of differences regarding limitations that Zen City has with the visual presentation of that survey that, say, the SCJ current one is able to provide. But 2 questions plus a demographics question, yeah, we could have done that on Zen City. So I just want to publicly let the rest of the commission know what I told Robin. Her point has been heard and is, I think, being acted on.
Wonderful.
Good. Thank you, Robin.
Say something and add to that too.
Yeah.
When we started to talk about looking at what was the correct platform for our surveys, and one of the reasons why we were approved by the city council was they said this would be a really good situation for us, the city, because then we could use it on things like the comp plan and the other plans that we're doing, but we haven't been. So I think that's why I think we either should be using it or should not be using it. And, because this is costing us money every year. And I think on the sign ordinance, I took that survey, and that was done, I think, by Survey Monkey.
Robin, was that the one that was like 25 pages long and had a bunch of text with it?
I think so.
And
I,
That was one that I was asked to try to put it into Zen City. It was just very convoluted. It could have been done, but it just did not look good.
I don't know, I don't know if it's that large or not, the sign ordinance survey.
And maybe we're thinking of different ones, but there was one survey I was asked to try to put into Zen City, and it was, like I said, it was about 25 pages long. It involved a lot of reading. There are some other issues with that particular survey, but sometimes the Zen City one will be a great substitute, and sometimes, yeah, maybe we got to use the consultant survey. But in this case, the one involving 2 questions and a demographics question, yeah, we could have done that on Zen City.
Thank you, David. All right, anything else there?
I think I'd like to ask one question.
Sure, Ralph.
So what do people think the main focus is gonna be this year on, or for next year for our commission? Do we have any idea?
The comp plan is a big thing, just, it's the planning that we're doing for the next, what is it, for like the next 10 years on the future of the direction of the city,
That
whether
is a
that's
big thing.
parks and just different uses of stuff within the city. So there's gonna be a lot of surveys, there's gonna be a lot of need for community engagement across that. So that's gonna
Does
be.
the
a big
library
thing.
get in there somehow or other?
I believe the library is part of, I mean, just the overall plan, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cause I mean, just watching the commission meeting and thinking, boy, there's a lot of heat around the library issue.
We're looking at Facebook, yeah.
Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for January 21st here at 6 p.m. We have, so on the agenda already, we've got the term limits. And is there anything else that we've added tonight, David? See?
Follow up from the sidewalk.
You know, will
Stuff.
there be another sidewalk meeting then?
I don't know. There will be in January. I don't know if it will occur before our meeting. I guess the odds are that it will.
Community
we don't have
satisfaction.
Oh, and the community satisfaction survey, stuff should be coming out right before that meeting. So we'll have a follow up on that.
All right. Then if there's no further business, the chair entertains a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
Well, you have to have a move
Have to
first.
get a motion.
Oh, I motion that we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Now Robin seconds.
Okay, excellent. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bill.
everybody. Happy holidays.